Hola, ¿cómo estás? Hello, how are you? I have a new headphones. I have new headphones and a new microphone. Tengo audífonos nuevos y un micrófono. Y espero que este es más bueno por mis videos. I hope that this is better for my videos. I am sorry that I'm not there for math. Lo siento que yo no estoy allá por matemáticas. Um, but if you could do yesterday's, then today's is pretty easy. Si tú puedes hacer la actividad desde ayer, y entonces la actividad por hoy es muy fácil. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. This feels a little weird. Este es un poco raro. And look at what we're doing today. So we had done examples like this compared to this. So, tenemos ejemplos como esto, 3/4 y punto 3. We had 3/4 and 3/10, and we said that this would be 0.75 or 75 hundredths. Y entonces ese es punto 75 or 75 centésimas. So 7, 3, 7 es más grande, es más mayor. 7 es más mayor, 7 is bigger. So 75 hundredths is bigger than 3/10. This we would say is first. Este es primer in English. In English, one with an S and a T. In Te. In Spanish, kind of like 1 degree. Okay. Over here, this would be in second place. Okay. So when we are thinking about these, I'm just putting them in order. Okay. The only thing we are doing different, la única cosa que es diferente, is that we have more than 2 numbers. Vamos a tener más que 2 números. Okay, so instead of having 3/4 and 1/3, we might also have like, oh, sorry, we didn't have 1/3. We had 0.3. Okay, instead of just 3/4 and 1/3, I keep saying 1/3, lo siento, 0.3 or 3/10, we're going to have 3 numbers. Vamos a tener 3 números or 4 números. It's really important that you take the time to really write things down. Es muy importante que tú estás escribiendo todos de tu trabajo. Okay, it's really important that you're writing your work. So let's go ahead. We're talking about the skateboarders again. So remember, when we're talking about a skateboarder, so when we're talking about skateboarding competition, this is what I'm describing, okay? Cuando nosotros estamos hablando sobre cuando una persona está patinando, este es un ejemplo, okay? So
tricks can do it all. We've watched them growing up. I feel like I've been watching forever. Putting down a super
y entonces
good
la persona va a recibir
really
puntos.
Solid.
This person is going to receive
You have
points.
a new leader. So here's Jimmy Wilkins.
Jimmy is just graceful. That's maybe the only way to describe it. That's what he has.
Okay, so they...
Right before...
Y entonces hay diferentes cosas, there are different things.
Shamura earns her very first X Games medal, and it's gold. It's the Women's Skateboard Park Final, and it starts right now. Turning 13 yesterday, she's not here just to get on the podium. She's here to win this thing.
He's utilizing every piece of the course.
Awesome. Zoyner takes over first place.
So this is an example of what they're describing. Okay, ese es un ejemplo y que el libro está describiendo. Okay, so the skateboard manager rates her final ratings. Okay, so person 1 got a negative 2.5 points. Person 2 had -1.5 points. And person 3 got -1.5 points. So after complaint, she deducts a half point and then post each. So deducting or going down is bad. Okay, si tú tienes puntos más pequeños, estés mal. So if you have smaller points, that's bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and think of this like a number line. Okay, so if I were to draw this, I have 0, I have 1, -1, and I have -2, and I have 1, 2. So if I have my number line, over here I've got 1 and 2, and on this side of 0, I have -1 and -2. Y entonces si yo tengo una recta numérica, a este lado aquí yo tengo 1 y 2, pero en este lado yo tengo -1 y -2. Remember, we're going to draw on our points. Es importante que tú estás dibujando tus puntos. Okay? Go ahead and draw on your points and decide who you think is in first, second, or third. So you're going to write persona 1, persona 2, or persona 3. Okay? So you're going to write either person 1, person 2, person 3, okay, or whatever you think. Tú vas a escribir persona 2, persona 1, persona 3, okay? So I want to know what you thought. So go ahead and look at their numbers, draw your number line, and then decide who would be first, second, and third, okay? Y entonces tú necesitas buscar los números y necesitas dibujar un recta numérica y entonces necesitas decidir quién es en primer, segundo, tercer, y entonces cuando tú tienes tu respuesta, necesitas escribir tu respuesta en la caja, ¿ok? Con first, primer, quién, segundo, quién. So when you have your answer, you're going to write your answer in the box. First, who, second, who, and then third, who, okay? So make sure to write your answer in the box. Okay, let's go ahead and see what you put. If I were to draw these in, -1/2 would be here. -2.5 would be here. And -1.5 would be here. So in first place, I'm going to start on the right. Okay, yo voy a empezar al derecho. Y entonces yo tengo segundo. La persona segundo. The second person is first. Then third person, and then the first person. Okay, so throughout this lesson, all we're going to do is we're simply going to compare and order more than 2 numbers. Okay, solamente que nosotros vamos a hacer hoy es vamos a tener más que 2 números. Okay, y vamos a comparar estos. So let's go ahead and look at this. Once again, you're going to see this number line. Otra vez, tú vas a ver esta recta numérica. Okay? Least es menor que or pequeño. And you should be writing these in your books. Even if like you don't know much Spanish, you could still write those in. Okay? Es importante que estás escribiendo todo este en tu libro, menor que, mayor que. And remember, order greatest to least from right to left. Si yo quiero más mayor a menor, tú vas a mover esta dirección. If I'm saying greatest to least, I'm moving this direction. If I want least to greatest, si yo quiero menor a mayor, I'm going to go this direction. Yo voy a ir a esta dirección. Okay, so remember, draw your number line and then actually draw an arrow which direction you're going to go. Recuerdas, tú puedes dibujar una recta numérica y tú puedes dibujar una flecha en la dirección que tú necesitas mover. Remember that greatest to least, this way. If I'm going least to greatest, I'm going this way, okay? Make sure that you've got your arrows and your circles. Es importante que tienes tus flechas y tus círculos, okay? So let's go ahead and just try this out. So if you could do yesterday's lesson, you're great. So if you could do 9.2, then you can do 9.3. Si tú puedes hacer 9.2, tú puedes hacer 9.3 because it's the same thing, just with more numbers. Es la misma cosa, solamente con más números. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to follow the same things that we did last time. So it says order -5. So I have -5. I don't need to change that. It's already a decimal. Okay, yo no necesito cambiarlo porque ese es un decimal. 2.1, 2.1. That's already a decimal. Ese es un decimal. Yo no necesito hacer nada. I don't have to do anything. And I have 75 hundredths. Tengo 75 centésimas. No necesito hacer nada. I don't have to do anything. Pero ahora yo tengo esto. But now I have this, -1/2. This was one of the fractions I wanted you to remember. Este es uno de las fracciones muy importantes que tú necesitas recordar. If I had $0.50, si yo tengo medio de $1, y entonces este es 50 centavos. This is 50 cents when I have $0.50. So I'm going to write that like this. But it's negative, pero este es negativo. So now I'm going to think of a number line. Okay, so the first thing I have to do is I have to find each of these decimals. If you don't remember how to do the decimal, remember, put the 1 under the bridge. Tú necesitas poner el número 1 abajo de el puente. You put the 2. 2 times what gets me to 1? That'd be 0. So I add a decimal to 0. 2 times 5 gets me to 10. Y entonces yo puedo parar. Okay? But remember, it's negative right there. Okay, so right now, I want you to decide, I'm going least or mayor que to greatest, a menor que. You can draw yourself a number line, but go ahead. You're going to write your answer in the box, okay? Y entonces tú puedes dibujar en recta numérica y necesitas escribir tu respuesta en la caja. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my number line. I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 0, -1, -2, -3, and -4, and I have to go all the way to -5. I'm going from least to greatest, mayor que a menor que. So that tells me that I am moving this direction. So I'm going to plot my points. -0.5, -5, excuse me, yo tengo -5, 2.1, 0.75 would be about here, and -0.5 would be right there. Okay, y ahora yo tengo -5, 2.1, 0.75 y -0.5. Now I just move from the left and go to the right. Y ahora yo voy a empezar a la izquierda. So I have -5. Then I have -0.5, which was -1/2. And then I had 0.75. And then I had 2.1. How'd you do? Did you get it right? Okay, so remember, take your time, take a deep breath, and then try it again. If you didn't understand where I came up with those, feel free and rewind. Okay, es importante que tú entiendas todo. Y si tú necesitas, tú puedes pausar el video y tú puedes mirar otra vez. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the next one. First thing you need to do is you need to decide which ones you need to put that you need to change. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is you need to decide which one to change. Okay, so go ahead, look at the numbers, decide which ones will stay the same. Okay, and in the box this time, you're going to write which numbers would stay the same, that you do not need to change their form. Okay, esta vez, En la caja tú vas a escribir los números que tú no necesitas cambiar porque hay decimales y entonces tú no necesitas cambiar. Solamente necesitas escribir cuáles números no necesitas cambiar. Okay? You're going to put that in the box. Okay, so if you wrote 6.8, that's correct. -3, that's correct. And -22 hundredths. The only one that you need to change, el único número que tú necesitas cambiar is that one. Okay, so 15/7, I'm going to write 15 under the bridge because it's on the top. It's the numerator. Y entonces yo voy a poner 15 abajo de el puente. Y yo voy a escribir 7. Este es 2. This is 2. 7, 2 times 7 is 14. This is 1. Drop, put a decimal point and a 0. Drop it. Now I'm at 2.1. It would go on, but I have enough information. Okay, y ahora yo voy a poner 2.1 y yo puedo continuar, pero yo no necesito porque esa es la información que yo necesito. Okay, so I'm going to write 2.1. Now I'm going from greatest to least. So I'm going greatest to least. So I'm going to start with 0 and go 1, -1, -2, -3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and plot my point. 6.8, y ahora yo voy a poner mis puntos. 6.8, 6.8, that'd be about here. Oh, I'm going to change my color. Okay, 6.8. -3, negativo 3 is aquí. 2.1, 2.1, it's about there. And negativo 0.22, or 22 centésimas, 22 hundredths, would be about here. Okay, now I simply order. I'm going greatest to least. So I'm going this way. Okay, mayor que a menor que. Okay, go ahead and you're going to try this one. Write it in the box. Necesitas poner tu respuesta en la caja. Okay, so if you put, sorry, I have so much information on here. There's not enough space. No hay mucho espacio. If you put 6.8, then 2.1, which on your homework, they're going to want -15/7. Okay, si tú tienes 6.8, 21, a tu tarea tú necesitas poner por esta actividad tú vas a poner 2.1. Y entonces esto, y este es negativo 22 centésimas, and so -0.22, and then last would be -3. How'd you do on that one? So remember, it's really, 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 really similar. Recuerdas que este es muy, 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 muy similar a las actividades de ayer y la otro día. Okay, so now, looking at this, how are we doing? So just like we did last time, I'm going to erase this just because there's so much information. So now what I want you to think of is that scale of 1 to 10. Okay, how do you feel right now? 1 would be, I don't understand. 10 would be, I really understand really well, or somewhere in the middle. Okay, necesitas decir, 1 es que yo no entiendo nada, y 10 es entiendo todo. Okay, so go ahead and give yourself a rating in the box. And if you want to write something with it, you can. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to continue. So now this is the same thing. We just have the numbers here, except remember, we're going to talk about that this is a distance. Okay, recuerdas cuando nosotros tenemos ejemplos como esto, este es como una distancia. Y entonces tú necesitas encontrar el valor absoluto. So remember, whenever we do distance, we're going to look for the absolute value. Okay? So decide, what do you think? First, find all the absolute values. So we have negative 2/3 is 2/3. Negative 2 1/4. I'm going to write negative 2 1/4. Negative 1.19 or negative 3/10. Oh, what am I doing? Lo siento. Wait, sorry. Those are all positive because I'm doing absolute value. Sorry. And so I want 3/10. Okay. Now this is where everything kind of comes back together, and these are ones we should memorize. 2/3. I have to rewrite that. 2/3. Remember. And remember, you can pause me, okay? And that's totally fine, okay? That way you can catch up to me, okay? Recuerdes, tú puedes pausar, tú puedes encontrar la respuesta y entonces tú puedes jugar más, okay? And then you can play more once you have caught up. So remember, if you can't remember this one, but this is one you should have memorized, is 6/10 repeating. 2 1/4, 2 y 1/4. I'm going to write 2.1/4, 1/4. If I had 1/4 of $1, I would have 25 cents, 2.25. Remember on your homework, if you get numbers that are some that you can memorize, you don't need to show your work. But if they're ones you don't have memorized, then you will need to divide it. Okay, recuerda esa tu tarea. Si tú tienes números que nosotros tenemos en nuestro libro, tú no necesitas hacer el trabajo, pero si hay diferentes fracciones, necesitas dividir, okay? This one, I don't need to change, and then this one is 3/10, 3/10, 3 décimas, y entonces yo tengo 3 décimas. Y ahora yo voy a buscar estos. Now I'm going to look at these. So what I'm going to do is I want to look at whether it's greater than, less than, or less than, greater than. Y ahora yo necesito decidir si yo necesito mayor a mayor or mayor a menor. So I'm going least to greatest. So my least number would be 0.3 because this would be 0, right? 0 and this would be 0. So my first one would be 0.3. So this one would be first. Second, okay, would be 0.6. Third would be 1.19. And the deepest would be this one. Okay, it would be if I had water, si yo tengo agua. El segundo pescado es más en el agua que los otros. Okay, y entonces Pacific Black Dragon es aquí. Y entonces Anglerfish aquí. Y entonces eel aquí. Y entonces el otro tipo de Anglerfish es aquí. Okay, so first one is here. Black Dragon's here. Then deep sea anglerfish, then gulper eel, and then fanfish anglerfish. Okay, so that's depths. Okay, so using that example, I want you to do the same thing. And I'm going to number these fish to make it a little easier. C, B, C, D. So that you can put your answer in easier, I'm going to give each one a letter. Okay, así tú puedes poner tu respuesta en la caja un poco, y este es un poco más fácil. Necesitas usar A por este pescado, y B por esto, y C por esto, y D por esto. Okay, I want you to work out this problem. I want you to grapple with it. I want you to struggle with it a little bit. Okay, so I want you to try this problem, and I want you to see if you can figure out. Take the time. Okay, si tú necesitas dividir, puedes. Okay, if you need to divide, you can. And this time it says greatest to least, greatest to least. So in the box, you're going to write A, B, C, D, or B, B, C, A, D, or what you think the order is, okay? En la caja, tú vas a poner las letras como A, B, C, D, or B, C, A, D, or D, B, A, C. Necesitas decidir la hora desde mayor que a menor que, greater, less than, okay? Go ahead, work with it. It's going to take you a couple minutes. Tú necesitas trabajar con esto. Probablemente va a tomar como 5 minutos o algo como esto. It's going to take you like 5 minutes or so, and that's okay, but you're going to put your answer in the box when you're ready, okay? So have the box there ready for you to go. Okay, let's go ahead and let's look at this problem, okay? So I'm going to erase this really quick, and I'm just going to remember that distance is never negative. Yo voy a recordar que distancia nunca, 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 nunca es negativa. Y entonces yo necesito encontrar el valor absoluto. So I need to find my absolute value. So now I have 1.19, 1 and 19 hundredths. Yo tengo 1 y 19 centésimas. And I have, the others are all fractions. Los otros hay fracciones. 2/3 is 0.6 repeating. Es 0.6666 is 0.666, okay? And 2 1/4, okay, which is 2.25. So if I have 2 1/4, si yo tengo 2 y 1/4, I would have 2 y 25 centésimas. So I'd have 2 and 25 hundredths, okay? And then I have 3/10, which we already did that one, which would just be 0.3. So now I want greatest to least. So I have B, that's the greatest because it's 2. C, A, and then D. Remember that you can draw your number line. And since these are all positive, I'm going to start with 0. Porque los números son positivos, yo voy a empezar con 0. Y yo tengo 0.3, I have 0.3, I have 0.6, tengo 0.6, I have 1.19 centésimas, 1 and 1 and 19 hundredths, and then I have 2 and 2/5. I'm going greatest to least, so I do this one, then this one, then this one, then this one. Porque yo quiero mayor a menor, yo voy a empezar con 2 y 25 centésimas, y entonces este. Okay? Our last examples focus on money. La final ejemplos tiene ejemplos de dinero. Okay? We're going to talk about accountants. Accountants are people who they work with money, okay? Accountants son personas quien trabajan con dinero. When you see parentheses, when you have these, cuando tú tienes estos, that means negative. So if I have this, that equals negative 101. Si yo tengo esto, este es igual a negativo 101, okay? If I just have this, that's just this. But if I have this, that is this, okay? But normally, these parentheses do not need negative. Usualmente, los paréntesis no igual no significa negativo. Solamente con accounting. Only with accounting. So it says, use rational numbers to write an expression that compares an income of this and this. Okay, well, they're both in parentheses. So this would be negative 41 1600ths and negative 14 and 61. So negative $14.61 and negative $41.16. Okay, en este caso, porque yo tengo paréntesis, ese es igual a negativo $41.16 y el segundo es negativo $14.61. And now I just want to know to compare them. So on a number line, negative 41, on a recta numérica, would be more to the left, es más a la izquierda que el otro número. Y entonces este, $14, es más grande. Therefore, negative 14 would be bigger. Okay? Go ahead and look at this one. It says, which expression says that this account balance is less than this? Okay, necesitas buscar a esta expresión y quiero saber cuál de estos significa que este mucho es menos que este mucho. Okay, would you go ahead and put it in? Necesitas poner tu respuesta. You need to put it in the box. Necesitas poner tu respuesta en la caja. Okay, let's go ahead and look. This one is negative. This one is positive because it doesn't have parentheses. Este es negativo porque este tiene paréntesis. Este no tiene paréntesis y entonces este es un número positivo. So now this has, let's see, is this one here, right? That is a negative balance is less than $18.18. So if you said that first one, good job. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a check at a 1 through 10. Okay, tú necesitas decidir tu número. 1 es yo no entiendo nada. 10 yo entiendo todo. 5 es como yo necesito practicar. 1 is I don't understand anything. 10, I understand everything. 5, I'm kind of in the middle. I just need to practice. Okay, go ahead and put your answer in the box. When you have it and you feel okay about it, make sure that you use your notes on the homework. Okay, cuando tú piensas que tú entiendes, tú puedes mirar mi video otra vez o tú puedes leer tus notas, pero necesitas terminar la tarea. Es importante que estás escribiendo tu trabajo a la página aquí. Okay, it is really important you're doing your work on the page right here. Okay, you should, this whole thing should be filled. Tú necesitas mucho trabajo. Okay, you should not be doing this in your head. No puedes hacer este en tu cerebro. Okay, you're going to write it down, practice it. If you're like, oh, that was in the video, I'm going to watch that again. That's what a good student does. Si cuando estás trabajando y tú estás como, oh, yo recuerdo esto de este video y entonces yo voy a mirar el video o esta parte del video otra vez, este es que si tú estás un buen estudiante, este es que tú vas a hacer. ¿Ok? Y entonces nosotros vamos a hablar sobre este más en la semana próxima. We're going to talk about more in the next week. But your homework is going to be due on Monday. So I need you to make sure you try it and do your very best on it, ¿ok? Pero es muy importante que tú estás tratando los problemas porque tú tienes tarea y la tarea es por lunes. Y entonces si tú no entiendes, tú necesitas tratar y entonces yo puedo ayudarte, ¿ok? Al lunes, pero es muy importante que tú estás tratando, ¿ok? All right, well, good luck. Try the homework. If you finish the homework and your page has all sorts of work, then you can either go into MobyMax or Prodigy. Si tú termines tu tarea y tú tienes muchos trabajos en esta página, tú puedes hacer MobyMax o tú puedes jugar en Prodigy. Okay? Good luck. Great job.